Oh, so you want to cherry pick Bible verses and scream from emotions. Oh, let's get it on then. So let's look at this and let's think about this. Eve's punishment was like she said, childbirth, pain of childbirth. She's redeemed in the pain of childbirth. Adam's punishment was that he had to till the land in order to gain fruit, gain vegetables from the land. Couldn't just walk around the garden picking fruit no more. Life ain't gonna be easy for him. Huh. Eve was punished for listening to a stranger. Adam was punished for listening to his wife. Well, let's let that sink in for a minute. Hold on, let's let that sink in. Eve listened to a stranger, punished. Adam listened to his wife, punished. Men don't listen to your wife. Women don't listen to strangers. You ain't gonna like that, are you? No, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. According to Moses, a woman can gain an inheritance from their father, but the moment they marry a man who is not part of their tribe, they lose the inheritance of their father. So when a black woman gets an inheritance from her father, but then goes marry a white man, she has to lose that inheritance from her father. So all this, go find you a white man. Oh, no, 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 no. If you risk your inheritance, sure. Well, you want to cherry pick. Let's cherry pick some more. Uh, if a woman gives a testimony or makes a promise, if the father or the husband or the brother comes in and rescinds their promise, then their promise is invalid. So the word of a woman has no validation unless it's supported by a man. Oh, you sure you want to keep cherry picking? Because your word don't mean nothing in the community unless a certain time frame goes by, 2-3 days go by and nobody says anything, then the promise is upheld. But at any time during those 2-3 days, if a man who's your father or brother or husband comes in and says, no, that promise is invalid, you don't have a leg to stand on. Yeah, let's cherry pick some more verses here. Let's cherry pick some more. If a man believes that his wife has cheated on him and the baby that she carries is not his own, he takes her to the priest and mix up a little potion. And if she has a miscarriage, then she cheated on the man. Mm, mm. And then she is stoned to death. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's what it say. That's what it say. That if any man can challenge, he ain't got to go on Maury. Ain't got to go get no DNA test. Mix up a little potion, a little dirt, and little oils, and all this kind of stuff. Drink that stuff. If you have a miscarriage, the baby wasn't his. That's what the Bible say. That's what the Bible say now. Now, don't be going against the Bible, because that's what we doing here. We cherry picking things to our benefit, right? That's what we doing. Cherry picking to our benefit. If a woman is found not to be a virgin on her wedding night, and the husband suspects that she is not a virgin, then it is up to the father and mother of the daughter to present the validation of her virginity. And if she is a virgin, then the man has to pay the father and stay married to the woman, can never divorce her. But if she's found not to be a virgin on her wedding night, she is brought to her father's door and stoned to death. That's in there. It's in Judges. Go look it up. Go look it up. Oh, and what is the evidence of her virginity? On that wedding night, there's a cloth that you're supposed to put up under you, and if you don't bleed, then you're not a virgin on your wedding night. Yes, indeed. So if you weren't a virgin on your wedding night, you stoned to death. Yes. That's what it said. Oh, that's all Old Testament. I mean, but she was in the Old Testament. That's what she pulled this from. She pulling this from the Old Testament, right? So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We pulling from this Old Testament because that's what she said. That's what her said. Mm-hmm. 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 And then if we look at the New Testament, if a woman, I suffer not a woman to speak. Keep your in the church, for she shall not usurp the authority of a man. So why is that woman standing up there talking? Mm-hmm. Said it not once, but said it twice. Women keep silent in the churches because you are causing nothing but problems in the church. Since we cherry picking the parts of the Bible that fits the advantage of one group over the other. That's what we're doing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, here's the thing. If you decide that you want to live your life based on the Bible, that's fine. Do live your life based on the Bible. I care less if you want to live your life based on the Vedas, you want to live it based on the Tao, if you want to live it however you want to live your life. All right. But if you're going to live your life based on any of these types of books, then I would suggest you learn the whole book. I would suggest you look at it from the perspective of the whole and start looking at the parts that is to your advantage. Because for every part that is an advantage to you, there is another part that is a disadvantage to you. All right. I want you to think about when the manna was falling, it wasn't just the men going out picking up the manna. Everybody picked up the manna. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The women were doing work at the home. You know, Rebecca doing work at the home, you know, making things that can be sold into the market or traded to other people. Mm-hmm. People was doing all kind of stuff. Yes, yes, indeed. You know, Tamara dressed up like a prostitute to trick her father-in-law into having sex with her so that she can have it because he didn't give her his third son because the other two were killed by God. Mm-hmm. Let's remember all those things. And then Tamara is supposed to be righteous because she tricked her father-in-law into having sex with her. And then they had Perez, and you go down the family line of Perez, you get to David, you get to Solomon, you get all the way to Jesus. So come on now. What you gonna do with it? And let's remember that she was a Canaanite. Mm-hmm. Just like Rebecca was a Canaanite. Just like Ruth was a Moabite. Mm-hmm. Let's remember that Boaz tricked his elder into making sure that he can marry Ruth. Right? You got to remember that. And she laid down at his feet, you know, sugar daddy, make sure she had some wheat, some crop, you know, provided for her on the sly, like a little sugar daddy. Let's remember all those things if you're going to base your modern day relationships. Because let's be real. In most people's situation, because you're trying to live at the same level as your neighbor, it's take two incomes. Mm-hmm. Fighting over finances is what is one of the number one reasons why most relationships end. And when you're fighting over the finances and you add in whatever your religious views are, it doubles it up. It doubles it up. It doubles it up. The only thing that you should take out of religions as far as relationships are concerned is that you should love one another, that you should sacrifice for one another. You should communicate to one another, that you should be interested in the things that make the relationship work, regardless of what anybody else says outside of the relationship, because you are the only two people that are trying to be with each other until you die. And that's not guaranteed. You got to constantly work on your relationships. You got to constantly be aware of things that could damage your relationship. And listening to a woman like that is something that could damage your relationship. All those women in there, mm-hmm, and and yeah, and all this kind of stuff, and then go back home listening to that stranger is going to damage their relationship. It's going to damage their relationship. Because I believe that Paul did say something to the effect that it was the woman who first transgressed, right? Yeah, that's why they need to be quiet. And according to that, I don't believe in that, but I don't believe that. You know, everybody has a right to voice their opinions and talk. You know, nobody should be shut down, right? But you should communicate instead of all that hateration that you got going on. So always remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.